What's up, everyone? Due to a bunch of people requesting this specific one, I've decided to go ahead and do a tutorial on jump scares for the Universal Horror FPS kit. And it's actually pretty simple to do jump scares, but a lot of people, I guess, have been struggling with it. So first things first, there's about 20 different types of jump scares. So let's go ahead and I expanded this out a little bit, but let's go ahead and make a little corridor just for the player to walk through, right? So we'll have this little bit here, and then this will lead to a corner, I guess, and that corner will have a whole little system of jump scares. And we'll have that go out that and that, all like that, and then we will just go ahead and raise the bar here. Cool. So first jump scare we will do, and I'll go ahead and color these as just different colors so that we know. So let's go ahead and create a materials folder. Materials, and we'll have just a couple different colors so that we know what kind of jump scares they are. So starting off, we'll have red for image, or yeah, we'll figure out the colors later actually. But we'll have red, blue, and yellow, I guess. So first jump scare is going to be a direct jump scare, or the direct jump scares. So we'll call this jump scare trigger. And these are all going to be direct ones. So first one will be this. So it'll be a trigger here, and you'll add this little thing called a jump scare trigger, and you'll notice there's a bunch of different options. There's a lot of stuff you can see here. So you have a sprite, an image jump scare, and a model jump scare. The trigger type is there's a bunch of different kinds. There's enter, exit, and event. So I like to use exit because it's a bit more fun. So first one we'll do is image, and for this image we will just use I didn't bring an image. I probably should have. Just because it's kind of just a showcase, we'll just use the basic showcase one. But this one's going to be an image. It'll just pop up on your screen and freak you out. And you have a bunch of different settings here you can mess with, which will add the wobble effect and the other stuff. And then up here, we'll have a model. There's already a model in here, and to mess with that model, you would just pretty much need to go into Hero Player, FP View, Kickback, Jump Scare Holder, and then you have Zombie, right? And this zombie is just directly right in front of you at all times. See? And if you wanted to go ahead and replace that, what you would do is just add your own model there. And then you would go into your little database, which is somewhere in here. It's Thunderwire, UHFPS, scriptables. Pleasures of having roommates is that sometimes they run into your room and mess up your video. That's all right. So anyways, for replacing this guy here, you're gonna find the object reference area, which is this little thing, and it's inside of scriptables and game. You click here, and maybe it's not that one. Let me pause this and find out. All right, so it turns out I'm a little bit of a goober. So it's not in here. It's not in any of these ones. It is going to be in your hero player, and at the bottom, there's a little thing called direct models, and it's just this. So like, let's say you wanted to do another one. You would just make a new one and call this one Zombie 2. Just for reference. But you would basically just position one like this and do a little different stuff. So like this one, I will make the zombie have the yellow material. Spooky. But yeah. So then we'll go back to hero player and just make zombie 1 be scare zombie 1. Pretty intuitive, I'm aware. So then you just click there, and if you want to add a sound, you would just pick an audio clip to put on it. I don't actually have any good ones right now, so I won't be doing that quite yet. And then if we go ahead and duplicate this, and then we click on this one, it'll be a sound trigger, which could be like an evil clown laugh, which is super loud. And we'll put it there, and that's all you have to do for that one. And then for the other one, which is the most popular one that people do because it's the coolest, is a animation one. And this is where things get a little more complicated because you have to animate something. So just for the sake of simplicity, I'm just going to use one of the Thunderwire models for this, just because I don't want to go and make my own entire, what do you call it, guy to throw around. So we're just going to grab this zombie here. He'll be here. And we're going to cancel out this, create a new animation. And it'll be jump scare. And pretty much we are just going to he'll start here, and then he will move towards the player, just like that. So you know, obviously you should probably be a bit more detailed when it comes to this, because, like, you know, that's not the greatest way to do it. But we'll drag this guy over here, and then our animator state name and our animator trigger, that's what matters. So the state here, click on our zombie pal here, is currently jump scare. So we'll change this to jump scare. We're going to have it be in an empty state at any state here. And then we will set it to, we'll set the default transition to that. And then from any state, we can make this jump as long as our base, as long as our trigger jump scare is enabled. So any state, conditions, jump scare. So yeah, it's pretty much it. You can do it from any state, or you could do it from new state. I don't believe it matters necessarily. But let's go ahead and jump scare, zombie animator. And then I guess we should probably disable this guy when we finish. So right at the end there, we'll just go bloop, or I guess not that one, but we can just click these two and just turn off the renderer. And then there's a couple other settings we can do here. Look at jump scare, or I guess on the exit we could also just disable our little guy here, so stop him from being active. And now logically, if we click play, we should have a bunch of different jump scares on our game. Doing stuff with this kit is actually very easy. It's just the hard part is making a lot of the stuff yourself. So example, when we enter, it won't pop up. As soon as we leave the trigger, you see we get the little screen. And then we have the direct model when we exit the trigger, which is yellow. And then we have the clown laugh. And then this guy here should... Okay, that actually kind of scared me a little bit. I forgot about it. But yeah, so now he's just kind of looping, and that's because we have it set to the loop. So way we can get around that is by going over here, and at our jump scare, we just essentially need to go to our little thingy here, our animation, and turn off loop time. And then go here. Oh, that's why. So it'll be this. On jump scare ended, we will turn this guy off. Cool. And so now we'll go ahead and test it again. I didn't realize we put a sound, that's why it scared me. So I kind of forgot about that. But anyways, 1 jump scare, 2 jump scare, 3 jump scare, and 4 jump scare. So that's pretty much how you do all the jump scares in the UHFPS kit. I mean, all it really comes down to is animating your own jump scare, because obviously this is pretty difficult to do. And if you wanted to have your player, like when they die, play a jump scare, I believe you could go to hero player and down where it says death, you can make a state where there's a jump scare. Now, I've never played with that. I've never looked at it, so I personally won't try to do it on here because I don't know how to do it. But if that's something everyone would like to see, just go ahead and leave a comment and I will get to learning how to do it. But that's pretty much jump scares. Pretty simply done. And yeah, if you guys have any other questions about it, just go ahead and comment about it and I will get it sorted.